Welcome to the Adjunct CEO Podcast with your host, the Adjunct CEO, Dean Akers. Tips, ideas, and interviews with top leaders to help you and your business when results matter.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody today to our 24th episode. Boy, we're about ready to get to that quarter century episode. This is exciting for me. I just want to thank everyone from all over the world, quite frankly, now 49 countries that have listened and all the tens or thousands of downloads. I also want to announce today, if you're interested, people are asking me for more information. You can go to my adjunctceo.com page, but it's now all pointed to my new brand, deanakers.com. That's deanakers.com. And I want to thank everybody for all the emails and my local people for texts and phone calls and Facebook comments on this, the 23rd show, which was about counting our blessings and just how right our lives are. And it's always exciting when I get good feedback. And that's why I come on the air every week, is to hopefully impart an idea or two that you could take back with you and improve your life or improve your business or improve anything that's going on in your world. This show this week, as I always have my shows, people on or ideas on my shows come from conversations through the week. And this week was a really good week. I had a lot of feedback from people on different occasions or different reasons. And it brought to light something that I thought I'd share with everybody today. I had one particular, one of my folks that calls in and always shares really interesting stories, share with me something that he's in a larger company, and he started sharing with me something that I had shared with him years ago about making sure that you take care of your co-workers. This particular individual happens to be in outside sales. This holds true with CEOs and people that are managers of your locations and stuff. People always say to me, well, I'm the boss. They should do what I say and everything. Well, I learned an interesting phenomena back when I was a young man. When I was a young man, again, some of y'all have heard the story about me being stranded 100 miles away in a territory, and it was kind of an outlier territory that nobody really cared a lot about. And so I needed service and help. Our competitors were in the market. And so I adopted, well, I think I generally care about people anyway, but I adopted my own philosophy of how I could impact my coworkers, because people don't really care that much about you. They may act like they care about you till they understand and genuinely know how much you care about them. And so therein lies today's show, is how do you naturally, through the course of your day, show people how much you care about them and do things for people with no hidden agenda. Today I was at an event and it was packed. And when I was sitting there, there were people standing up, and this lady came in and she was standing against the wall. And I could see that it was uncomfortable. And I'm sitting in a comfortable chair within this thing. And I said, why wouldn't I do an act of kindness right now, stand up and offer my chair, which I did. And she sat down. And, you know, it really didn't matter whether she said thank you or whatever. I know I did the right thing by caring about her. And through the course of the day, it pays back in spades to me in some which way, whichever I don't even know today. But that all being said, when you work with your coworkers, I'm going to give you some examples. When you're working with your coworkers, some of the things I've done in my career that have helped me is showing them how much you care. This particular individual called me up, and he was giggling with me, and he's laughing, and he's saying how much his team supports him. And they constantly tell him that you really care about us. Now, I'm going to tell you something. He genuinely does. So this is not some fictitious, I made up, I'm going to do this because of his agenda. But what he shared with me is some of the subtle touches. And he was in their coffee break room. And he was sitting there, and the girls are coming in, and they're talking about the coffee. And the company has a coffee machine, and they buy coffee. And he's sitting there, and they go, "What is your favorite coffee?" And there's a group of them sitting in there, and the coffee that the company provided was Maxwell House. Now, shout out, the company's doing as best they can. They're doing what they think's right. They're providing Maxwell House coffee. You know, somebody at corporate says, "Okay, get coffee, order from some purveyor, get Maxwell House, da 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 da." When this individual asked, "What's your favorite coffee?" they almost in unison said, "Dunkin' Donut." Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't. Probably some of you out there going, "Oh my God, yes, Dunkin' Donuts so much better," whatever it is. So this particular individual went to the store, I think one of the discount stores, one of the Sam's Club type places, and bought some Dunkin' Donuts coffee and brought it back and put it out and said, "Thank you. I want you guys to start drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee." Now, did corporate reimburse him? Did he send in and go, "I need to be reimbursed"? No, he bought the coffee for one reason and one reason only. Because he genuinely cared about his support team that makes his life wonderful. And he's sitting there going, he's telling me over the phone, he's kind of chuckling. He goes, "Dean, you can't believe," and this is kind of the message today. He said, "You can't believe how much taking a little minute or two out of your time to listen to people that work with you, people that you rely on, to show them that you care. Show them that they're special. And if you show them they're special and you show them how much you care, they will inadvertently, without agenda, you don't have to sit there and go, effective immediately, you need to care about me. They will genuinely care about you." And over my career, I've done stuff like when I was a young man, I made candles. I drank beer. I made candles out of beer cans. And I gave them to my coworkers. I gave them to different people. And they would look at it. And I'm sure some of them said, "This is kind of a screwy candle." But I made them out. They were really cool candles in my mind. And I made them out of beer cans. And I gave them to them in the holidays. And nobody else ever gave them stuff like that. Oh, they would send them your box of cookies with a typed out thing, from the company or whatever. But they knew that this came from me. And I'm always amazed at the comments I've still gotten back years later on that very topic from people I've worked with 30 years ago. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, make a list to yourself, if you're in outside sales, you're a senior manager, of what touches you can do to show your teams how much you care. It could be bring a couple pizzas in out of your pocket on a Friday. It could be writing them a birthday note. If you're not writing all your co-workers birthday notes saying thank you and hope you have a happy birthday, you're missing an opportunity. It could be listening to them and finding some event that happened in their life recently and send them a note about it. Or buy a book for them on something they're passionate about, like bike riding or something. And just show people you genuinely care. And the cool thing about it is it pays spades, even without the agenda of that being your mission. Because when you genuinely care about people, it always works. And this works for clients too, and it works for people that you work around. I shared a story today, and if he's listening or watching, it's a gentleman that writes tickets at the car wash I go to. And he's been working there for as long as I've gone there, so it's been a number of years. He always writes your ticket with a smile. He's always happy. He always puts a smile on your face when you come in to get your car washed, which I do every week. And I recently wrote him a note about something and mailed it to the car wash. Just a simple handwritten note. His name's David. I said, "David, happy birthday." I'd heard his birthday was coming up. When I got out of the car that Saturday, he gave me a hug and he said, "Come here." He took me to his locker in the car wash, opened the locker up, and in the locker, taped on the door, was my birthday note. Now, he doesn't owe me anything, and I certainly don't owe him anything. But that touch of kindness, I think, meant something special to him. And in turn, it meant something special to me. So my charge for you this week is go out and work on giving random acts of kindness to people you run into, to people around you, but more importantly, to the people you work with, your coworkers, and really let them know how much that you truly appreciate them, and they'll let you know how much they truly appreciate you. Have a great week. Send me those emails in at help@adjunctceo.com. Send me those emails in. Tell me your big wins. And now I'm on deanakers.com. That's www.deanakers.com. Check me out there. I'm getting that website going. It's still early, but we're getting it going. All my shows are downloaded there too. And I really, really appreciate all of you listening and supporting me. And I hope, or my goal is, that one person each week takes away one idea that improves and helps their life. Have a great week.
Enjoyed today's show. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. If you have any questions or need some help, just email help@adjunctceo.com. Thanks for tuning in.